Hey everybody, I think we live. It say we live. Y'all do me a favor. Y'all know what to do. Like this video, share this video, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Y'all know I got to get my folks on MX Network on, and we will get things started. Hey, Yolanda, D, Brother Elijah, Negus. Hey, everybody. Y'all do me a favor, like this video, share this video. If you guys want, I know somebody, Serenity said it's another plane crash. I know, I heard. I don't know. Like I ain't ready yet to jump in like my conspiracy theory outfit. You know they said I got the 10 hat. I can't do the hat thing. So I'm gonna have to find like some conspiracy theory glasses or sweaters or something. I don't know if I'm ready to jump in there yet, but it's like, why is these planes crashing? Now it completely could be not related, but my conspiracy theory senses always tell me it's some shit going on no matter what nobody thinks. Off the rip, I'm ready for the conspiracy theory. You know, they gotta prove me wrong so I could really bad. But I heard that somebody sent it to me. Yeah, shout out to y'all. Y'all be sending me everything. What's going on? I got a couple of messages today with some stuff that's going on. But yeah, so a plane, Black Wolf said like planes never crash. Here you go, Black Wolf. You want to be a smart ass. It's Friday. Just shut the fuck up with the smart shit. Nobody said planes don't crash, okay? The issue with the planes crashing is like we just had a plane crash and now it's another plane crashing. We do know that planes crash, but do you know how rare it is for a plane to crash? Like, see, there y'all always want to go. Hold on, let me put this on the screen for everybody. Shout out to freedom of equality, right? We got to start to show off with that. But like, come on, don't say retarded stuff. See, I don't understand if y'all been around me long enough why you don't understand if your mind don't work the way it works. You still don't know how Michi mind work. You know what I'm saying? So we know that planes crash, you know, we know that. But it is actually a very rare occurrence. Planes just don't go around crashing all the time. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot going on. So with that all being in play with everything else, you just had a plane crash into the helicopter and went down. Now this plane, I believe, I was halfway asleep because I was tired today. I ate at Olive Garden. I got the itis. And so I was laying down trying to take a nap before this live. So I synced the link, but I didn't watch it all the way. I think that it happened in Philly. So it crashed, but I believe it crashed into a neighborhood. So not only, and I don't know what kind of plane it is. I don't know. Is it like a personal plane? Is it a regular plane with, you know, from United or something that it actually had passengers on it? I don't know any of that yet, right? But we'll figure all that out. The point is like, dang, planes don't crash that often, and two of them done crashed in the past like 72 hours. That would be the thing that makes me go, okay, that's all I'm saying. I love how people like I don't know. I'm the opposite of people like that, right? People who are quick to dismiss something and be like, oh, that's just, you know, that's just the way shit is. Like for me, I'm the opposite. I always believe some shit is tied to something else. I believe that it's something that's going on. And if you've been rocking with me for a while, like even the video we did last night, speaking of that video, if you guys want to watch that full video, you can watch it over on MX Network. It is still over there. I know a lot of you was like, Michi, I want to watch the whole thing. Normally it goes away for the free subscribers after 24 hours. So after this live, I will go and take it out of the free section. Okay, somebody said it was 6 passengers on it. Okay, so it was a smaller plane. It wasn't like a big commercial plane, was it? It was a medical plane. Okay, well, what was they carrying on there? What kind of medical supplies? No, but I'm gonna leave it up to the morning, okay, you guys, because some of y'all said y'all wanted to watch it. But watching that type of a video that we did and just all of the stuff that you know, I just don't ever understand for the life of me, like why anybody ever gives the government or anything like that. Why do we give them the benefit of the doubt? Like my first instinct is, you know what I'm saying? That they doing some shit. That's my first instinct. I'm sorry if you knew what I knew, then you would think that too. Thank you, Food Gather. Thank you for that compliment. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we don't know. We'll find out. We still trying to figure out what the hell made the other plane crash, right? So for everybody on MX Network, shout out to MX Network. Shout out to everybody over there. Lady Elect Bond is sharing over there. We got Clarence in the house. Y'all remember Clarence Carter? Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter. I be stroking. I'm sure y'all know this shit, huh? I'm from Detroit. We know all the oldies but goodies. I don't care how old you is. You be 5, you know them songs, right? Shout out to everybody over there. If you guys want to watch this and you're on YouTube and you want to watch it commercial free so that there are not any commercials and you don't want to watch those, you can actually come over to MX Network and watch it with your free subscription. Again, with the free subscription, we are live. Those are free while we're live, right? In 24 hours. After that, if you miss it, you want to rewatch it, it goes into the paid subscription for those people. But you can watch it now, you know, if you don't want to watch all of these commercials, you guys. Also, there is a plethora. Y'all don't know how hard I worked to say that word, right? I was fighting for my life to say that word like just 2 years ago. I practiced really hard. It's plethora. There's a plethora of videos over there. I have been doing videos. If you're new to me and you're like, why is your page so empty? But you got almost 100,000 subscribers. No, baby, I didn't buy them subscribers. I've been at this for over 4 years over here on YouTube, and I've built many other people's platforms as well. So I have all those videos. They're gone, but they're not gone. They're over on MX Network in, you know, in the archives of the vault of Michi X videos. So there you can go have Michi X marathons and watch Michi all day long. Matter of fact, I was going through some hard drives. I found probably another 50 videos. So I'm getting ready to start to put some of those up. So if that's what you guys want to go over there and do, you can watch all of that. That's with the paid subscription. With the free, there are some things in every section. And somebody let me know that last week when we was talking on the live, I said that the first episode of Unjust was out last Sunday. I was tired and I was delirious and I was misspeaking. It's this Sunday, okay? So this Sunday, our first episode of the Unjust series will actually be out. But on Sunday and for the first week of that episode, it will only be available to the paid subscribers. Now, you guys can watch it next week for the free subscribers. And the reason that is that for the paid subscribers, you guys get to watch it ahead of time. The free subscribers, I appreciate y'all subscribing, but I have to love up on the people who are supporting the, you know, the platform in that way. So you guys get to watch the first episode and they will all stagger like that. So next Sunday, this one will be available for the free subscribers, and then they will get to see the one next Sunday, the Sunday after that. Okay. So Sunday, the first episode will be out. I believe it is scheduled for, I want to say 9 o'clock. I think it's 9 p.m. I don't remember, but it's that you guys will get a notification probably tomorrow. You will get an email letting you know when it's going to be coming out, and you guys will get a reminder of that in your email. Okay, everybody. So you can watch that as well. So, but that's for the paid subscribers on tomorrow. The rest of y'all got to wait till next Sunday to get it. Okay. And that's for them because they're supporting. Of course, these series of the Unjust of people's stories, I don't want to, I'm not trying to put a paywall over them because I want their stories to be told. And I don't necessarily need people to pay me to hear their stories, right? There's plenty of other stuff that's on there. So, and y'all stay tuned. I'm doing some interviews next week, getting us some news reporters. So our news will be back, you guys. So go check it out. Even with the free subscription, there's something in every section. You guys have 2A Tuesday. Oh God, we have a web series on there that everybody seems to love. Till Death Do Us Part. We have some yoga going on over there. If you are a personal trainer, holler at me too, because we are looking to add to our health section. We would love to have a personal trainer. And if you guys are a personal trainer and you are willing to make some like 20-30-minute workouts so that people can go on there, get their workout on, please hit me up at The Real Michi X, y'all, because we would love to add y'all to the repertoire. Okay, so just let me know. Somebody over here says, Nubian Cutie says, hey, Michelle, I just wanted to thank you for helping me get my mind right to start my business. You might be calling me Michelle. Look how y'all be doing me. Plus, you help me learn everything that I need to know to get started. You're the best, my girl. No, I'm just messing around. My name is Michelle, but don't y'all start calling me Michelle for the rest of this live now. Okay, it's meet you to y'all. But if you've been in one of my classes that I helped you get your mind right, you can call me Michelle. We kind of know each other a little bit. But shout out to you. I'm glad that you got your mind right and that you're getting your business going. I tell people all the time, it is too much money out here for you not to make none. And we just don't have the knowledge. Tonight, we're going to learn a lot of knowledge that you may not have about sovereignty. Okay. Now, when my guest gets up here, he's going to take us into all that because that is not my thing, right? That is his thing. This man knows all kinds of stuff about that. But that's the thing, right? There's tons of money out there that can be made, but you just don't have the knowledge. And with social media, I'm going to take that back. Not social media, because everybody thinks making money online, you got to have a big audience. You got to have social media. You do not. You can actually make money and not have a social media page at all. But there are tons of ways, you guys, to make money online. And if you don't have the knowledge or the information, then it might seem impossible, right? And then you see all of these other people online on social media and they're like, oh, I've made millions. I sell this. I do that. I've made all this. And you're like, oh, I want to be there. So I want to tell you something. Those things are very possible, but that's really not where you should start and your goal should be. It's reasonable to know that you could get online and start to make money and make $3, $4, $5,000 a month. You could definitely work towards that and see that goal in 6 months, right? That's more reasonable. When you talk about making 6 figures every month, you can get there. You absolutely can, but that shouldn't be your goal. And maybe it will look more realistic to you if you talked about it in a realistic way, right? But you could get online today. And if you had the right knowledge, by the end of the week, you could definitely make yourself an extra $200-$300 without really spending nothing but a couple hours one day doing the things you have to do. And boom, there goes some more money for you, right? You can do that immediately. And then you do what else you need to do that ends up growing, right? And you can definitely make enough to make several $1,000s a month. That is not impossible, but everybody thinks that your goal is to start making money online and start off making, I want to make $57,000 this month. That's possible, but not when you first start. And if you start there, you make this goal too big, too unreasonable, and then you don't obtain it, right? So bring it on down and look at it in a more realistic manner, okay? But definitely it's plenty of money to be made online, you guys. You just got to have the knowledge to do it. Thank you, Zia. God, thank you for the compliment. So again, you guys, let me see. Vanessa Newbie says, any word on the replay for class? What replay? Vanessa, I got several classes. I sent out the replay to the boot camp yesterday, the Wednesday class, the Sunday one been out. Then I have the mentorship group. You in the mentorship group? Which one? I sent them both out. If you don't have it, let me know. I'm gonna go send them both out again just to make sure everybody got it. But they was already sent out. Check your folder. If you don't have it, let me know. Send me an email and I'll send it to you. I'll send it right over to you. If you don't have it, you check your folder. Send me an email. As soon as I get off the live, I can send it right to you. It's already set up because it's already been sent out. So I'll forward it to you. All right, y'all, but do me a favor, like this video, share this video, subscribe if you have not, hit that notification bell, you guys, and come over to MX Network if you have not gotten your subscription, then you do not have to watch these commercials. Somebody said, am I on TikTok? No, I mean, yes. I say yes and I say no, right? I say yes and I say no. Because I have a TikTok page, but it's like 5 posts on there, and I don't remember the last time I posted because I do not be on there posting like I should. I guess that's one thing that I will say as proof of what I just said. Like, I am a person that I'm not on social media all the time. You guys see me over here on YouTube, but I'm not I got over 30,000 people on Instagram, but I haven't posted on there probably, I don't know, about 2-3 months, maybe longer than that. Sometimes I don't even open Instagram to go even look at other people posts. I don't really be on social media. So, I mean, to be honest, I can use my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and probably promote things I'm doing a little bit more. I just haven't put the effort into it. So I'm not a social media person. So let that be encouraging to people who are like, I want to start online, making online money, but I'm not a social media person. Michi not either. So you can follow my TikTok, but ain't gonna be a damn thing on there. Somebody said, glad you stopped cussing. Now you so beautiful. Okay, well, thank you, kind of, but not, because I didn't stop cussing. Who told you I stopped cussing? They was lying to your ass. Oopsie, there you go. No, I didn't stop cussing. I think that I was beautiful even before that. Everybody has their perspective of what beauty is, but again, I'm a grown woman, and so I can speak however I want to speak. I love how people always want to say that cussing it makes you less intelligent. You don't have vocabulary. Like there's actually been studies done that says those of us that cuss, it's a sign that you're a more genuine person, one. And two, it actually says you're more intelligent and that you use more of the vocabulary because the rest of y'all be scared to use these words because you think they're such a sin. They're just words like every other word that is created. So I'm going to use all the words. You can stay away from the curse words if you want. I'm going to use them all. I'm going to say plethora and I'm going to say punk ass bitch. I like them both. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, for people who think that when women cuss, it makes them less beautiful, that's really just your opinion. And I guess I just wouldn't be, I guess, the woman you want to be around because I'm going to be me. I'm 45 years old. I'm going to be me. And so another thing that I want to say about that comment is that it seems to be a myth that y'all think that every time I open my mouth, I just cuss. If all I did was say cuss words, I wouldn't be able to make a complete sentence because you actually have to add some real words, you know, some real nice words and some of those what y'all call intelligent words and all of that stuff. You have to add some of those. You got to have some pronouns and some adjectives. You can't just say cuss words or you can't make a sentence. So I think if you really, you know, counted up the number of words I use in a whole life, I actually say way more regular words than cuss words. Okay. So I don't mean to call you out. I know you thought that was a compliment, but I kind of see it as a backhanded compliment. You know what I'm saying? It's like you told me I was pretty now because I'm not doing something that actually I do still. I haven't stopped cussing. And you know, at the same time, you trying to basically say that I was ugly before. So yeah, I think that was a backhanded compliment. And those I don't fucking appreciate. What they said, y'all, I was a look. Somebody said, BG just being real. Yeah, y'all leave me alone, goddamn it. I'm from Detroit. If you old cousin, you from Detroit, you lying. You ain't from Detroit. You from Venezuela, and your ass need to go back. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna put this up on the screen now. Y'all see the illegal phone number. If you see an illegal, call their ass. I'm gonna say this, and then we gonna start this show. We gonna start the show. We got my general. He in the back waiting to come up back there, looking real generalish. So we gonna get started in just a minute here, y'all. And bring him up. But I do want y'all to report these illegals. That is my email. If anybody needs to contact me on the email, I will put it up there. Can you send the link to reset my password? Nikki, I cannot right now, but yes, I can definitely do that. You should be able to push the forgot my password and it will send you a link. It will send you the email automatically. The system will. But when it says it, y'all got to go look. So a lot of times y'all email will automatically consider it like a promo email. So they'll send it to your promo, your junk, your spam. You got to go look for it. But it's going to say MX Network, you know, to reset your password, right? So go and look for it. But if not, I can send you one to reset it, but I can't right now while we in the middle of this. Do me a favor. Can you send me an email? So I know when I get off of here, okay? So when I get off of here, I know that I can send it out to you, and I will send you the link for you to reset it. But I need a reminder. I need to go on my email and say, okay, Nikki need it, and know where I'm sending it. Okay, that's what I need you to do. All right, y'all. With that said, don't be laughing, Michael B. Easy. He looking real generous. So look, this is a show that is, of course, all my guests are wonderful people that I love, but we're going to talk tonight about the Malachian Empire, right? I'm going to introduce you guys. You may have seen a show I did with him before, but we got a whole lot more to talk about. Last time we talked about fake people in the community. Well, I was. And so I don't think that we gave enough acknowledgement to what he actually does and focusing on that. And he has done a million and one things since the last time he was here. So we're going to have that conversation tonight. So I'm not just presenting to you the general of the empire of the Malachian tribe or nation. I'm introducing you guys to my general, right? Because I am definitely a part of the Malachian Empire. So it is with pleasure. Y'all give it up a round of applause. Can I get some claps in the comment section? Because we can't hear y'all, but I can see them. And I'm gonna bring General Hill up, you guys, and we're gonna get this conversation started.
Hey, can you hear me? Is my mic good?
Um, I feel like I had it was a little reverb. Say something again. I thought maybe it was me. It might have been me. Did you have? No, I think it's the mic when you set that on the table. Maybe it's just really loud.
Yeah, it's just choppy. Can you hear me?
I can hear you though. Yes,
Okay.
it
All right.
sounds
So
good.
I don't. I just got a note. Okay, I got a notice about internet connection. So hopefully we're good.
Okay. Yeah, it's been good. It's
Worst
been
case
good for
scenario,
us now.
I got my okay. Worst case scenario, I got my backup phone. So
Okay, okay. Shout out to the super chat to the Don. Thank you for that super sticker that you put in there. So anyway, you guys, I want to introduce y'all to General Hale, and we're gonna talk about some great stuff tonight. So as you see, we have in the title about sovereignty, General, and how to create your own everything, right? And I came up with that title looking at everything that you do and everything that you have created with the tribe. So first of all, can I just start off asking you for people who may not know and they like, we hear a lot about sovereignty living and we watch a lot of stuff online and a lot of it seems to come across in a way that is not actually the proper way, right? And the way you present things are a whole lot different than what's being said. I want to say a lot of people give sovereignty a bad name that's out there, but for somebody who that's all they've experienced and they've seen and they don't even know the first thing of what that means, can you talk to the people about what does it mean if I tell you that I'm sovereign? Oh, I think he frozen over there, y'all. You hear me, General? You might have to get on the backup on the phone because I think the internet is over there is not working. All right, y'all give him a second. He'll be back. We having technical difficulties. Y'all remember when TV used to go off and make that kind of noise? We gonna wait for him to come back. He gonna get on his other device so he got his conversation. Thank you, Don. Thank you for that. I appreciate it, and I appreciate your support. So General will be back with us in a minute. In the meantime, y'all do me a favor because this is about to be a good conversation. I promise you it is. Right? We got passports, baby. I got my passport over here. This shit is real. I'm gonna play a video for y'all. It's about to be real interesting in here. I got my identification, got all these books. It's a whole lot that's going on. A lot of y'all be asking me about the tribe, so y'all can ask him all of those questions. We will be taking questions from the chat, you guys, tonight. Just give him a second for him to come back up here on the device where we can hear him, okay? I'm gonna say because I like her news reports, that's why I like to come here. No, but I get that. So Daz, don't please don't feel no way about what I said earlier about the cussing because if you actually like my news clips that I do, you're right. I'm not in there doing a lot of cussing. So let me be fair. Let me be fair and say I just be keeping it real. I hope that you didn't take no offense to what I said. Over the years, people are always upset about my cussing. I be on here upset. I be cussing. I could be talking about the police shooting a baby dead, and I'm upset. It's anger, and it's the right to be angry. And then people will come in and be like, why you got to do all that cussing on? I'm like, really? We talking about a dead kid and my cussing is what offends you. So my audience knows that over the years, people have always made that a big deal. But you are absolutely right. If you watch my segments where I do the news, I'm not in there cussing. So that kind of is for the other people. I know it's some of y'all that I get to cussing. Woo, and y'all, Jesus, and y'all be coming out. Y'all hair be standing over the back of your neck and you be like, I can't do this. I've been doing this long enough to know my cousin be bothering some of y'all. Y'all be trying to send videos to y'all family. You know how much I've been told, Michi, I send your videos to some of my family and friends, but they won't listen to them. They say she cuts too much, so they can't hear the message through your cussing. I've had people say, I would like to turn on your video. I love you, Michi, but I want to watch you on the TV. We're on Roku on MX Network, y'all. Watch us on the TV. And but my family be all in there and everybody, the kids is in there. So I keep that in mind. When I'm live, I'm just going to be me. I'm live. I don't know what to do but to be me. But when you talk about the news segments, yes, I'm talking in front of a camera. I get to edit those things and you're not going to get all of that cussing. And that is partly for those people. I want y'all to know I am definitely keeping that part of my audience in mind. And this is why I do those videos that way. That's for you that don't, that's the cussing version. You know, y'all think I can't not cuss. I can. So I'm not mad at MM for saying that. No. Okay. Okay. He sound like, no bad feelings. All right, because I want you to take what I'm very blunt. So I just be saying what I mean. And sometimes people will take that the wrong way because I'm not mad at you feeling that way. So, and I'm glad that you enjoy the cuss-free news, things that I do. So I'm glad you like them. A lot of other people do too. You're not the only one. So, all right, I think we got General. He back in the back. Let's see if we working now because he was froze before. Okay, we working now. You frozen. We back.
All right, what about now?
Yep. You ain't frozen. You just froze before.
Okay. Yeah, it was horrible choppy. What about
It was.
audio?
Yep, you sound good. Your microphone sound like it's up. It's up, but it's fine. It ain't making no noise. It's fine.
Okay.
Did you hear my question before you
All right.
froze?
Sorry about. Yeah, you were saying you was pretty much asking, that you were going back, pretty much exposing different things in the community, the sovereign community, and like that, visuals and things, and pointing out, addressing particular things that need to be addressed.
So let me ask you, in saying all of that, if a
That's
person
where it
saw
cut
all
off.
of that stuff, and they didn't have any idea. If I ask you to tell the people, what if I say, I want to be sovereign, what does that mean?
Hmm. Hold on. I'm gonna log on to my phone.
You can't hear me. You could come up on it. I come log on the phone and then I'll bring you up on that one. Y'all share this video for me.
I'm on the
Like this
phone.
video. Okay. Okay. You got this. This one might be better.
Okay. All right.
Oh, we can hear you good.
Tried to be fancy tonight, but it
No
ain't.
fancy. You just the Michi show. You gotta just be real with it. Just come on here with the real. We hear you good now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, yes, it keeps cutting off. As soon as you about to, close out the question.
Okay. Well, I just want you to explain for the people that's watching in a, just in a simple sense, when we talk about sovereignty, you get all these other people, and they do things in a way that it gives it a bad name. I know you've been studying this stuff for forever. One thing that I've heard from a lot of people that are sovereign, right? I won't say sovereign citizen because you said that's kind of oxymoronic. You're not a citizen if you're sovereign, right? And so, what would you tell the people if somebody was like, well, I mean, what does even being sovereign mean? What does that mean for me?
Yes, sovereignty is not something that you need to file or give notice to a certain degree as far as an individual. That maybe as a organization or as a tribe or as a nation, but not as an individual. Because we all are sovereign within our own sense and our own personal capacity. We meaning that we are operating. We have the right to operate uh, in our God, and God is like energy. You see what I mean? So we don't need any government approval for that. So we kind of, even though we know we're sovereign by birthright, it's like we don't like using the word sovereignty because just of the negative notation that's around sovereignty and sovereign citizens and the whole sovereign citizen movement. So we try to go towards more so you as far as word wise, we use autonomy. So we're autonomous. We're an autonomous organization. That just means we're independent within our own realms.
So this is separating yourself to the ultimate level. As black people, we be out here talking about we need to build all our own and we need to set ourselves apart. this is really setting yourself apart, not just from all of the stuff, but basically what the government tries to bring you into. I thought it was really interesting because I heard Canada say to Trump, they said, we're not coming to belong with y'all. We're not going to turn ourselves into a state. We're keeping our sovereignty, right? So that means we're separate. We're independent from y'all. I heard him say that. I thought that was interesting. That was the first thing I thought of.
Yeah, perfect
Let me
example of
ask
that.
you this. Let me ask you this. What made you wake up one day and decide you was going to start a tribe?
I mean, just got tired of dealing with the legal issues, within the United States. It's a corporate organization. I mean, it's a corporate fictitious organization that's been corrupt for a very long time because of its CEOs and representatives that operate that particular organization. But uh, my perspective can change anytime depending on what's going on. Just like you mentioned about the whole Canada thing dealing with Trump. So, a lot of things are subject to change, depending on what we're talking about. So that's a perfect example of a well-known separate entity or organization or country outside of the United States that everybody's clearly understands, Canada's stance as far as, as it relates to the United States. And to have somebody say that, hey, we need to make you the 51st state, it kind of, but at the same time, I feel both sides. Canada is not trying to become part of the United States because they're not trying to give up their sovereignty and their autonomy. Because it wouldn't make sense for them to do that, because they'll be subject to a lot of things that we deal with here in the United States. While on the flip side, if United States does have a certain relationship with Canada, as far as taking care of, financing and protection, as far as military and stuff like that, when it comes to balance those books and we start realizing that we're paying out X amount of dollars and we're not really understanding reaping the financial benefit of the return, it could be a situation where, some things have been done for so long, for so many decades, where they just, continue on with the regular show, whereas even though it doesn't actually make, sense, especially because the United States is actually been bankrupt since 1933. So how is a country that's bankrupt and been bankrupt have so much money to be funding the things of other nations and other organizations and countries? So I don't know.
That's because they out here printing that money like like you
Yeah,
be printing out paperwork off a printer.
it's fiat. Yeah, it's fiat. Because there's no exchange of actual valued goods for services. No exchange of gold and silver.
Now, let me ask you this, since we're talking about money and fiat, because you are a man that I know that has created some of everything. Now, if I say this wrong, because I don't got the word, and I know the way stuff is said and the words that are used really matter to you and what it is that you're doing. So if I say this wrong, but I feel like when I look at everything you've created, you have created you know a equal system, to the system we call ourselves removing from, right? So, like you talk about currency, we have our own form of currency, right? In our empire, when you go onto the website that we deal with, when we look at, I find a lot of people that say they're sovereign, they just want to remove themselves and not have anything else created in place of that. Like, for example, people would say, well, I can drive because I don't necessarily need a driver's license because I'm sovereign, I got my autonomy or whatever. But then they get in their car and they just want to recite some rules or some laws that they have on a piece of paper. Versus you said, well, you do need certain things to travel. So we create our own to the point where they respect the system that we built for our empire. They respect it. They recognize it, and again, if I'm using the wrong words, you correct me, so that we can still travel without all of this, all of those issues. So before you even answer that, I want to play a video if it's okay with you. I got it off your page. I love this video every time I see it. So I want to show people what I mean by that. So I'm going to share my screen because I want to play a clip of something, so to show them exactly what I'm talking about. All right, let me see. Oh, yep, everybody can see that. Okay, so let me play this and show you what I mean.
I am asking, I am giving you a lawful order. That's not a lawful order. Yes, I'm asking you for your driver's license. I'm going to read something to you. Ex parte in Vicky. This is Vicky versus Davis. Every citizen has an unalienable right to make use of the public highways of the state. Every citizen has full freedom to travel from place to place.
I'm going to record this live on YouTube right now. What the fuck? Show me your fucking hands. What the fucking hands? Why are you doing this to me?
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on, sir?
All right, my name is Officer King, Atlanta Police Department.
Okay.
I pulled you over because of your tag. I couldn't see a state on your tag.
No, it's those are private tags.
Private tag?
Yes, sir. Here's all my information.
Okay.
Here's all my information for you.
Okay. I'll be right with you, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, sir. My bad.
What's this?
That's my registration, my plate registration with the Department of Transportation.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so you're good to go.
All right. Appreciate it, man.
All right, drive safe.
All right. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to show that because to me, that is the biggest difference that I've seen for all of this stuff that's online, right? I think many of y'all have watched the first version, right? People saying, I'm not going to get out. I know my rights. I'm reading something off the back of a piece of paper that some so-called tribe done gave you with some stuff on the back of it, but it really doesn't matter. Like when they take the paperwork from the Malachian Empire, they run it, it's recognized in a way that they got to respect it. And that's not the first video I've seen like that with the credentials from our tribe. So again, going back to my question or my statement, and if you want to expound on it, is just that you seem to, in your autonomy that you are creating in the empire for the thousands of members that are in there, it seems like you say, look, we're going to create our own systems comparable to theirs instead of just saying we don't got to follow them, because that then creates a problem. So if you want to expound on that, and quickly, somebody said, how do they join the tribe? There was a number up there. I will put it in the chat, but there is a link to the tribe in the description of the YouTube video. But I will definitely put the number in the chat, and then I will pin it you guys while he's giving his answer. But go ahead and expound on that a little bit, because that brother is a part of the tribe. Those are our tribe credentials that he's using and being told have a nice day instead of being dragged out his car, beat down, and took to jail like we see most of the people who try this stuff the wrong way.
Mm-hmm. So my disclaimer, first of all, is we always try to be 100% transparent. In the perfect world, in the imperfect, in a world we're in a system that's imperfect, with an imperfect system, in an imperfect world, there's no such thing as a perfect system or a perfect solution that's 100% perfect. Everything has its pros and cons, because we're still dealing with agents. When we're dealing with agents from the agency, you always can be subject to be challenged. The agent, just like in the Matrix, there's always going to be an agent out there that's looking to challenge Neo to make sure he knows who he is. So I want to make sure that's clear. This is not a get out of jail free pass and stuff like that. But in general, the way we developed our organization and our tribe is it matches the same standards as any other said government, as far as identification standards, government structure wise. That's why we had to establish our own constitution, our own Bill of Rights. We have our own religious charter, our own religion, our own language. We had to establish all these different things, because when said government is doing their research and due diligence on our organization, it boils down to government respect government. But that's as a government. Now, again, you have people and humans that work for these agencies that are not competent in particular things. So yeah, they might fuck up one day and assume that we're a sovereign citizen, because that's what they see out there on the internet. So outside of just assumption, yeah, they really don't play with us like that, because we match those standards that complement the standards of government agencies. And for the record, again, we're not anti-government, and we're not anti-United States. I want to make that 100% clear to the United States. If there are any agents of the United States looking, we're not anti-United States, because I know y'all shipping motherfuckers across the border right now. We're not anti. We are
you ain't a
just.
part of us.
You know what I'm saying?
They got to
I
deport
want
my
to
general.
be clear. We are not a group of sovereign citizens. We are private. We are private American nationals. In certain senses, we have a classification as far as foreign national, but not as far as being foreign from the country or the landmass, but foreign to the corporation. Okay, so I make that clear. So you have different classifications. Classification is very important. Classification is how you become categorized, and determines your legal standing. So we always want to make things clear and transparent by giving proper notice, by doing things a certain way. That so we can make sure we maintain our autonomy by maintaining our level of respect and integrity based upon what we do out here. So we just make sure our members are educated on what to do and what not to do. So just like you were saying, as far as somebody getting pulled over and arguing back and forth about the law, I know my rights. It's a big contradiction as far as information, because technically what they're arguing is the fact that they're not driving, they're traveling, right? But the assumption in the law is that once you apply to get a driver's license, you actually waived your right to travel in exchange for a privilege to drive. So a lot of us have waived our rights in exchange for privileges, and now we come across information on the internet, and information that could be relevant and may have some sense to it, but it doesn't. It's still a conflict of interest based upon your actual reality. You see what I mean? If you're driving a vehicle, and just like you said, like people say, oh, I don't want to be a part of that no more. Where if you're not going to be a part of that, what are you going to be a part of? I just want to be independent. Well, an individual, again, government respect government. You can't walk around here just be Mr. and Mrs. Independent. It doesn't work like that. First of all, it's not safe to do that. That, I mean, it's just you against them. So you need to be a part of an organization in general, a government body, to be able to, just for personal defense purposes. You know what I'm saying? So just having people to represent you. When those agents come after you. So if you're not utilizing a U.S. driver's license and you're driving a commercial vehicle, any vehicle that's operated by a licensed driver is going to be classified as a commercial vehicle. So they, in their mind, they're assuming that anybody on the road is operating in commerce, unless you have a vehicle that was straight out the manufacturer, and you have the MCO of the vehicle, and you didn't allow that vehicle to be titled. As soon as a vehicle gets issued a title is like a birth certificate for the vehicle. So that the title has something on top of it. It's called the state that it was titled in. That is the superior authority. So now that you might be the title holder and you might be a beneficiary of the property, but they are the owners and controllers of the property. That's why you have to register the vehicle. That's why you have to pay taxes. That's why they're gonna boot your shit if you don't pay your tickets. That's why they're gonna tow your shit, because that's their property. You're just a user. You're a beneficiary that has to follow certain rules and regulations and laws, or you'll be penalized, unless you're fully private. And being fully private meaning you have the credentials and the tools to operate independently. No, we don't have to use their driver's license, but we have driver's licenses. We have international driver's licenses and permits. We don't have state IDs. We have tribal IDs. We don't have United States passport, or we don't have to have United States passports. We have tribal passports. We don't have to have United States birth certificate. We have our tribal birth certificates, and everything else that comes along with that. But there's a lot of work that comes along with that based upon what's going on, because again, you're dealing with an organization that has conquered this landmass. So it is safe for them to assume that every person walking around here is their property, because why? When you was born, you was issued a certificate of evidence of that said property. It's called your birth certificate. So that was the evidence of your birth, that you was birthed at the canal, and now you were lost at sea, and your
Now,
your mother. Uh-huh.
when you talk about birth certificate, does the tribe offer birth certificates?
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by it seems like every system they have, you have created a system equal to it for the empire, right? Let me ask you too, is the number that was on that video, do they still text the word join to 312-283-0763? Is that still
Yeah.
okay? I want to put that up on the screen because people was asking. You can also, you guys, you can also find the link to join the tribe in the description of the YouTube video, but I'm going to put that up there because of the people over on MX Network too. They may want to see that they are not over on YouTube for everybody. They can go over there and check that out. Now, when you was talking, you said something interesting, earlier about religion. Now, one thing I've learned, well, before I even say that, let me say, because I want to ask you about the religion part, but when you said having a group of people, I think that that's something that's really great. I can give the answer, but I'm just going to let you tell the people. So if I was to be a part of this group and I needed some help, and I was going through some type of court stuff, or I had some things I was dealing with, and knowing how to use my passport or driving or whatever, talk about how the tribe gives people access to that type of support and that help, because I see it all the time every week.
Yeah, just in general, just being a part in general, because we have our weekly meetings on
Yeah.
Monday. So Monday night is our main tribal meeting, where we do Q&A at the end of that, so people can. There's really no limitation to what a person can ask to a degree. We also, of course, have our one-on-one consultations, but we give more than enough opportunity for people to be able to express themselves, ask whatever questions, go over whatever problems they have, scenarios, to discuss solutions, to share testimonials, whatever. You see what I mean? And Wednesday nights we have our Malachian meditation and Bible study, because we have to practice our religion, and we have to show evidence of practicing our religion, which is a part of the main foundation of our culture and our legal standing, because we're outside of that being a part of what we do in general, but that is the actual big um, foundation of our safety net, as far as, because no state or government can intervene with a man or woman's religious beliefs. So
Okay, so wait, before you go on, let me stop you right there because I want you to continue. But I want to say that to everybody. So that, for me, that was something that was very interesting. I hear echo in the background. You got me on something else?
mm-mm.
No, that's pulling up. Okay.
Let
But
me.
that was something that was very interesting to me that I did not know. Okay. That you talked about, because I saw a video you put up earlier today talking about the real IDs, right? That have the star on it. That's actually, when you're taking those, you're giving away your right to your religion. And the right to your religion is a really big thing. I had no idea, which I'm sure many of my people watching may not know this, but that right to religion is actually the thing that allows you to do a lot of things or not be subjected to a lot of things based off your religious beliefs, which is why you created the religion for the tribe, so that you could have those advantages as well. We do have our own Bible, you guys. And for anybody who want to get their panties in a bunch, oh my God, he created another religion. This book is actually, you ask me, it's the self-help book. It tells you about getting off your ass and getting yourself together, being accountable. There's nothing really in here that goes in and telling you to worship anybody or telling you to praise the God or anything. It actually is talking about you looking more to self, finding the God within you and taking the accountability for the things you need to be doing. So it's a really great book. But talk about that, the aspect of that, the religion being a big part of you being able to do things or remove yourself from stuff you don't want to do.
Yeah, exactly. I know I say that kind of, calmly, whatever like that, but yeah, religion, the religious aspect, the spiritual aspect is probably the most important aspect of it. Uh, you know, because, just like we have the Malachian Bible, just like you said, um, the main concept of the Bible is, the closer you get to self, the closer you get to God. So that's what we teach. our people, just a tool and to help you on your personal private journey. But just like you said, if you don't have any religious rights, that goes right back to what we're talking about, driving versus traveling. We just said if you applied to get a driver's license, you waive your right to travel in exchange for a privilege to drive. So if you do go into a contract, all this stuff is all about contracts. So you go into a contract that waives your religious rights, that is a huge problem. I don't know how, and this has been something that's been going on for a while, and they just about to close that out now, I think in May. But this has been going on for a long time. Them slowly but surely getting people to voluntarily contract themselves out to remove that one last right, your religion, your freedom of religion, your freedom of religion, because they know they have to go through the process of getting you to voluntarily waive those particular rights, because they know that goes against their constitution if they was to infringe on that, which can be huge penalties. So what does that mean? So the real ID, they told you when you get the real ID that you can use it to travel domestically through the airports and stuff like that without having a passport. So that means that state ID has now become a federal identification. So that means you're not only waiving particular rights on the state level, you're waiving it on the federal level. So all across the board. So that's why a lot of religious exemptions wasn't working when people was getting sick during the COVID time, or just didn't want to be subject to COVID or vaccination shots and all that stuff. Because your identification, your state ID, and your driver's license is evidence of the contract that you signed, that you agreed to, and the evidence that you waived. You don't have any more rights, so you waived the rights that you did have. Just like we was talking about the birth certificate application, how it's a dual application for the birth certificate application and for child support at the same time. So you're waiving your rights of ownership and control over your own child, and you making the children wards to the state. Just like when you register your kids to go to school, when you register your kids to go to school the traditional way without reserving your rights, and that school now has legal custody over that child and has legal rights over that child. That's why if your kid don't go to school for like 5 days straight, they're gonna be knocking at your door.
Mhm.
And it's a serious deal, especially depending on where you at. So see, that's what happens. See, we waive our rights and we give power and authority over these third-party organizations, and we don't realize nothing is wrong until something's wrong. You think like, well, these are my kids, and they just, if I wanted to keep them out of school, I keep them out of school. Yeah, they were your kids until you did that, until you were subject to that contract, and not understanding what we're agreeing to, not reading the contract, not reading the fine print, not understanding the legalities behind it.
Let me ask you something. Okay, good. I don't got no echo back there. Oh, he already on it. Because I think I'm echoing in the background when I talk on your end. If you want to mute it till I'm done, and then I'll be quiet and let you say your piece.
Okay.
Because you can still hear me. Okay. So I think that's very interesting. Those were things that I definitely did not know when it came to the religion part. Everybody, for the people who are saying that they want to join the tribe, I did put there is a link that would take you directly to the site, you guys, in the description of the YouTube video. But on the screen, you can text the word join to 312-283-0763. So let me ask you that, since people have been asking. I will say, because this is my tribe, okay? So every Monday we are there, you guys. There is questions and answers. If you have questions about whatever you need to, there are people in there who are dealing with court cases, all kinds of stuff. I think one of the things that I want to talk about that I saw that I don't think is giving anybody's business away, just to show, I was kind of like, wow, that's pretty dope. And to me, it showed the respect that the tribe actually has from the government. And I'm going to use the word respect. But there was a brother who had lost his identification, and the police got it. And so since he never picked it up in the lost and found, normally they will destroy certain things like that, but they could not, because it's not their property. So they actually sent it back to General and sent it to the tribe and said, this is your property. And it said that it could not be destroyed because it was the property of another government. And so they sent him back his property, because this is his government that he has created, for lack of better words, if I'm saying it wrong. But people come in there, they can ask their questions, they get help. So when you're dealing with learning, or like you said, some situations may turn out different than others, they have a place where they can come and ask all of those questions. Can you talk to me a little bit about some of the other things that go on in the tribe, as far as the university, to help people take classes when they're trying to deal with a certain thing, whether it's, the DMV, removing themselves from stuff, how it is that they do that stuff, all the way down to, let's get into, and I don't know, we can do it one thing at a time. So if you want to talk about the university, of course, we have our own currency over there, but then I would like you to talk a little bit about the debit card, and go into trade capital, where you are a big proponent of trust, right? And making sure that we have trust. And you even wrote a book about it. I did not know there was this many trusts. Like it's a very simple book to read, but it's every trust that I didn't know it was this many trusts. I don't know if y'all watching know it's this many trusts, but he has this book as well. And we'll get there where you guys can get the books. But talk to me about some of the other things that come along with being in the Malachian Empire.
Yeah, just the support, alone. Like we try to make sure people have access to a lot of different resources, and even to finish up with with the Malachian Bible, just to have control of the birthing process, because you're technically being reborn again into the tribe during your initiation. Because one thing we got to make sure we mention is the fact that what keeps us kind of separate and protected within the realms, and giving us the right to be able to do what we do at the level that we do it, is one major rule that we have, is that we don't allow government names inside the tribe, inside the Malachian Empire. So you don't come in using your government name for anything. Everything needs to be started from scratch and built from the ground up within the aspects of trust. So the Bible comes important aspect of recording certain births, new births, recording marriages. We have our own private marriage covenants and marriage ceremonies. Where I'll fly out, I'll marry you guys. You want to be married, however you want to do it. All the stuff is done, independently within the tribe. We have the University of Malachi. That right now it's going to be like for general studies, in the main aspects of law, trust, credit, business management, and technology. Cryptocurrency and stuff like that. But we also going to have other private courses within the network itself that people can access in relation to particular things as it relates to the tribe and operating in the public. Because once you reestablish yourself in the private, you have to know how to operate in the public. And you have to know how to operate and manage both legal persons, because that's what we're dealing with, legal people. So you have you, the flesh and blood, man or woman, and then you have your public legal person, which is your government name, and you have your private legal person, which is your tribal name. These are two things that you have to control and manage, and to wherever you could benefit, you benefit. Trade capital is our business department that deals with business formation. We usually do multi-layered structures like trusts that own LLCs that's doing business as such and such. Trust and estate planning, making sure everybody has their personal trust and estate planning is essential, just as important or even more important than even establishing yourself in the private, because you don't want to abandon the public vehicle, because the public vehicle is still going to be attached to particular things when you transcend, because you don't want the estate or anything left within the ownership of the estate to be lost at sea when you transcend. So you want to make sure you have your living trust in place for that, your power of attorney, your health directives, and your will. You got to have a will in order to give proper stipulations and instructions on how to manage what, who gets what, and when they get it. You see what I mean? So all these are absolutely essentials. And then of course you want to fund that trust by establishing and attaching your life insurance policies, or leveraging your life insurance policies. So that's what Trade Capital is for. Also for business credit, we have a business credit app called the Trade Capital Wallet that's available on Android and Apple. For anybody that has any type of entity, no matter how old, they can establish business credit. 10 times faster than you normally would. What else we were talking about? I think I covered it for the most part.
And I did put, I pinned it to the top of the YouTube chat, you guys. I did put the link for Trey Capital. Again, it is a place if you need help with your trust or things like that, but also in building business credit, just like you would. And I'm gonna say it this way because I needed it explained to me for me to understand it. But the same way when you guys have a business and you would like to you know, build some business credit. Most of the times everybody starts off usually with you know, with vendor accounts, right? And they'll give you some credit and things like that, but it's not money that you use. You actually got to buy stuff out of their account. So you buy mop buckets and different things like that you don't even need, trying to build some credit. So Trade Capital will allow you to just simply, you know, you can purchase credit the same way. The thing I like about it is that you get to say how much credit you actually want. I think that's the dope part about it, to build so you can get the kind of account you want with the type of credit you want. And then those credits are used for you to, you can use them versus buying mops and buckets and all that. It is classes that you can take that teach you about business, trust, all of these different things. And that's where you can use your credits that you have with it. And so that's one thing that I like about Trade Capital. I use Trade Capital, I guess. Let me see. Oh, what happened? Why Jennifer gone? Let me bring it back. Did I kick you off?
No.
Okay. I ain't do that. So Trade Capital will allow you to build business credit, and instead of going in and waiting for a vendor to actually like give you $500 credit and hoping it build up, if you want to go get $20,000 worth of credit for that to be reported to your business credit to help build that, you can do that. And in the meantime, you can use those credits to then, if you would like to, take classes that's going to help you benefit in understanding business and furthering the business you already have. So
Yeah, we actually we just started a new business credit program. When we first did it, I think we made it too available for everybody. It kind of, I think it devalued the product and service because we just, you know, we were just giving away credit. But right now, this is for people that are more serious. So we're starting off at $25,000 lines of credit. So what happens is a person will get it's called a Trade Capital credit bond. So they'll get an actual bond for whatever the said amount is. So if it's, say, for $25,000 bond, what they would do is they would just simply pay the credit line activation fee, account management, and reporting. So let's say if that was, for instance, 1,500, that would cover those three things. Now we will report the 25,000 on their credit. So that's technically what the main product is. But like you said, they can utilize that credit inside the wallet to purchase things available inside of our marketplace. Outside of that, they can use the bond to redeem, don't quote me on this, I believe 10% or something, 10% of the amount of the face value of the amount of the bond to redeem 10% in Malachi tokens. So depending on the value of the bond, they will get X amount of Malachi tokens that they could become shareholders of the actual currency now too. But they will have 90 days to redeem that, or they waive that. So that's just more like an extra incentive, because everybody might not be. Some people actually think that they don't have to get involved in cryptocurrency. So okay, so we're not gonna force that. But anybody that hears what we're saying, now you get to leverage your fiat, the debt notes, in order to establish credit, while using the credit to still purchase other things that you can utilize for your business, and redeem equity from the back end, while stimulating our economy by becoming shareholders of our coin. So I'm just gonna let that sink in. But so anyway, that starts off at 25,000, and we go all the way up to 1 million on that.
So somebody said in the channel MX Network, they said, don't play with them. They text 15 minutes ago, got the eyeballs. So they text when they text, how does that work? Would they receive something back, or do they get contacted? How does that work? Because they already texted the number.
Well, it depends on when if they texting after business hours, they probably not gonna get nothing. So
They probably expecting, like, if they text it to have a response. So when they text, that somebody will contact them after they text.
yeah, there's no that particular number. There's no auto response or nothing like that. You will receive a response from a real person. So you'll probably get a general text soon, and then somebody's going to be actually contacting you. A member service agent going to be contacting. So everybody that texts, don't worry, don't be alarmed, relax. You're gonna get somebody's going to be in contact with you guys within regular business hours.
Well, I like that too. I think that's always best. You gonna get to talk to a person. So there you go. So you
Yeah,
can.
you don't. There's no joining the tribe without speaking to somebody. There is no click the link in the bio and just whatever. No, we need to feel. You need to feel everybody's energy.
Yes. And even if you guys go to the link that's in the description of the YouTube video, when you click that, even if you go over there to sign up and everything, you're still going to get somebody who's going to,
Yeah.
contact you. That's the way that it works, you guys. Okay.
Mhm.
Talk to me a little bit more though about crypto in this currency. So Malachian Empire has their own cryptocurrency.
Yeah. Every country has to have their own currency. So I mean, so everything is going into the crypto space and digital space, whether we know it or not. Everything is going into the metaverse. So this is stuff that we established years ago, just getting ready for the future. You see what I mean? So we're slowly but surely prepping, the tribe to get ready for that transition, while building up the value of our system simultaneously. That's why everything we're doing now, especially with the credit, we're trying to find ways to build the value of the currency itself, and we have to transact with it. You see what I mean? So with that, at some point in time, we can no longer accept U.S. dollars. See, that's another thing people don't understand. When we're talking about being private and not wanting nothing to do with their system and their this, well, okay, well, you can't say that with U.S. dollars in your pocket. You see what I mean? So if you only have a means to transact with U.S. currency, I mean, that's like it's not going to work out the way you think it is. When we talk about independence, you have to be fully independent. You know, own everything. You know, so if you guys are not ready for that, then you guys are not ready for this. Everything has to be done from scratch. Everything has to be built independently. But that's not to say that we won't do business with any third party. It's all about doing business and protecting our rights within the contract and being competent on what we're doing and why we're doing it, while protecting our best interests. So
Somebody
so. Hmm?
Somebody asked a question. They said, "Is the tribal coin recognized on the international scale? Can the tribal coin be exchanged for, say, the yen, the ruble, the dinero, etc.?"
They're comparing fiat currency with cryptocurrency.
Yeah, because that's not crypto. So this is crypto. Because it seems like to me, you do a whole lot. Is that you're looking to where things are going. You talk to us about a lot of that in the tribe when we have our Monday meetings. And so you're usually looking to where we're going. And
Yeah.
we're going to cryptocurrency is the way we do stuff. So it is a cryptocurrency. It is not a fiat, as you're saying, currency that would be able to be exchanged. And then can you talk a little bit about our marketplace and how when they come to the site, they can use it, but they would need to, we have a currency exchanger to be able to use it on
Yeah.
the site in our marketplace?
Yeah, that's going to be the mandate. It's not mandatory now, but the marketplace right now, you can take. We do accept USD, but like I say, once at some point in time, maybe even this year, they would have to go to the currency exchange, which is you go to the main website. It's a green button that says currency exchange, and they would have to actually exchange their US dollars into Malachi tokens, and then they can come to the marketplace to make whatever purchases.
And what's in the marketplace?
Everything. So basically, inside the Malachian Empire's marketplace, first of all, the Malachian Empire is made up of about 15 or so subsectors or organizations that offer different things. So each one of those, all the main products that are and services are within the marketplace, but put it like this: there are several stores inside the marketplace. So Trade Capital has a store. The Foreign Traveler Administration has a store. All these different entities, organizations have stores within the Malachian Empire marketplace to offer services to the tribal members. So just like we have some tribal members that have particular products, like especially holistic health and stuff like that. They have products and services that are beneficial to our
Mixed
people.
network in there.
Yeah, MX Net. It's like I said, yeah, MX Network is also attached to our browser, the Malachi browser. We have our own private independent browser for Apple and
See, I'll be forgetting because you create something every day.
yeah,
General,
we got
talk about our browser.
the browser right now is just meant to be independent and to because browsers when we're surfing the net, that's what's making your computer vulnerable to uh, breaching your privacy. It's latching on with all the cookies and stuff like that. That's latching on to the data of your computer. They call it like footprints, and that's why a lot of computers be gaining viruses and stuff like that. So we just wanted to do everything from scratch and to help while we're browsing the internet because we're always browsing the internet. And right now we have it where one half of the browser is like your regular like search engine, and then the other half is Chat GPT. So I kind of built it the way it's like I have a workflow. I always have multiple windows up, so I'm always going back and forth from, maybe Chat GPT and DuckDuckGo or I used to use Brave actually, but so it's like a two-in-one. So you can access MS Network, you can access the Malachian Empire and other buttons that's on the actual on the browser itself.
So, and one last thing I want to ask you, I guess, about the tribe. Then I want to get into all of the books that you've written, and I'm going to pull up your Amazon page with all of your books there, okay? Because you got some new stuff that you've published lately. And then if you want to, we can take some questions, I guess.
Okay.
If you would like to from the audience. But for people who want to join, they always ask this question: do you want to talk about joining and the tier of what joining looks like? Oh, I think he frozen. Oh, let me see. Okay. Oh, he back over here again. I'm sorry, I be thinking it's me.
They keep bouncing me out.
It's okay. You back like you never left. It's all right. I do got that echo in the back.
Is the echo still?
Whenever I talk, it's like I think what it is when you click the link, right? Are you on the YouTube at all anywhere? You just went straight to the link from the email, huh, or the text?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, when I talk, it be having some reverb.
Okay, I'm a mute when
And I don't hear it now though. I don't know why. Just a minute out of here. But I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and I'm gonna be quiet because this show about what you do, you can answer these questions. I don't got the answers for them. You do. So what I was saying before you actually went out was, can you talk to people about the different tiers? Because I know they're going to have that question in the tribe and what it is to start in the tribe and things like that. Can you just talk about that real quickly? Because people on MX Network and stuff, everybody's having questions about wanting to join. So if you could just answer that for them now.
you say like membership tiers or like
like their membership tiers.
So we basically have different membership types. So, but they're kind of like the same. It's just all about how you want to do it to make it easier for people. So we have a monthly membership. The monthly membership has a $24.99 a month commitment. So that commitment gives you access to our network. So that gives you access to all the tribal members, all across the United States and the ones we have internationally. This is where we have our group chats. We have our database of information, documents and things like that we share. This is where you get the links to our weekly meetings, our private Zooms, our conferences whenever we have those online and stuff like that. So basically, you can either choose to subscribe monthly or annual. So annual right now it includes the tribal ID. So the tribal ID is normally $150, but we included the tribal ID with the annual membership. And also the annual membership comes with, I think, 4 to 6 months free if you compare it based upon paying $24.99 a month. So technically you're getting about 4 to 6 months free plus the tribal ID with that. And then the only difference between the other package is it comes with all of the annual plus access, I believe, a year access to the University of Malachi. So it really depends on. It's just giving people different options depending on their situation, how they want to do it. You know what I'm saying? The higher the tier they get, they're actually getting more or saving more. If you look at it as far as annually, but it depends on what they're more comfortable with. But the basics is as long as they commit to the monthly, we're all good.
Okay, can you pause your microphone? I want to say something to somebody in the chat, and I want it to be okay. So somebody says, "Okay, now I'm confused," and you may want to respond to this too, General. It says, "Is this a subscription to a business or citizen to a tribal nation?" I guess to me, that's like an ignorant question, and I'm gonna let him answer it after I say what I want to say, but how do you think that the services for you to have the meetings? We have our own network, so you become a part of the network, and on our network, that's where we're able to talk. We discuss stuff. You get the app for that. You download that. You have all the question and answers. You have some things you can look at for knowledge and have that support as you're going through stuff. And so I don't understand, because as a citizen in America, you're also a part of a nation. Yes. And you pay for a damn driver's license. You pay taxes when you go to work. Like, at the end of the day, people kill me with that answer. It is a tribe or a nation, but where do you think that he's supposed to get the money from to pay for all of the systems to have these meetings? And it's $24.99 a month. That is and if you don't want to be a part of the tribe, then you can move on if that is the case. So you think that a person is supposed to just let you be in a tribe, give you everything that costs him money to actually build? Like, when you go to get your ID, don't you pay a fee to get your ID at the DMV to be in the United States? So again, with your subscription, you get IDs, you get different things. So it costs for those things to be run. It costs for those things to be maintained. And so that is your way of what it is. Right. That always kills me. And the answer is just no with an exclamation mark. I don't know what that's responding to, but it's like, I don't understand how you think any of that is free, right? You are not citizen in the corporation nation of America, brother. We're not finna go back and forth with you. You one of them people that's so smart. If you know so much about sovereignty, then brother, go be sovereign. Nobody would need you to be a part of the tribe. Because if I'm in the Monday night meetings and you in there with your ignorance, you're gonna piss me off and I'm gonna leave and I'm not gonna stay in the damn meeting. Because it's always people like you. Again, the bottom line in the question, the answer is everything costs. And this man not finna pay the cost to build all this stuff to give you access to things, and you don't gotta pay nothing for it. And you crying about $24.99. I'm gonna need you to please not text the number. They just do that favor. And maybe I shouldn't have said that, because this is your tribe, General. So I will let you respond to that. But I feel like it's just always one. That's the most ignorant answer to me. If what you're giving them is not free for you to give it, I don't understand why they think it shouldn't be no cost. But go ahead, General.
Well, yeah, I don't even. I definitely get the frustration. I didn't. It doesn't even bother me no more. What I do is I just take notes of those individuals that have that mindset. And but what I will say in response to that is that like, we just had a member today text over. I can send you a screenshot of this, where he just got, I think, something dealing with his rent or some blah 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 blah. But he not gonna be able to make his he's an annual member, so he pays full WAP every year. He's not gonna be able to make the membership dues. He like within 5 seconds, no problem. We'll waive your fee this year. Don't worry about it. Because when people are committed to the tribe, we know them by name. We know them by name and face. So, oh, that's so and so. Don't worry. No, this is a family organization. So that's neither here nor there. A lot of this stuff is just to make sure we're dealing with serious people, first of all, and then still, freedom ain't free. In order to keep up with government standards, anything, it costs money. So I don't know where you guys think this stuff comes from. But outside of that, from the history of the inception of the tribe, there has not been a quarter, let alone a year, that's passed without new developments. Okay. So also, we have territory and land that needs to be developed so we can establish the villages of Malachi. Guess what? It costs money. And it costs a little bit more than $24.99 too. So this is like right around of a Netflix subscription. You see what I mean? a couple boxes of squares. You see what I mean? So I only laugh at the ignorance of it, and I move past on that. And then as everybody that talks about claiming sovereignty and claiming that they're private and blah blah blah, they're gonna remember the Malachian Empire, and we're gonna remember them. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't got time to play with people's kids. You said I be at all. This not a sales. We're not doing a sales. This not a sales live. We're not here to like, who. This is our invitation. Like, hey, we out here, tribe. We looking for our tribe. That's it. We're not here to push nothing on nobody.
Right.
You can. Please keep that over there.
Let me say this too. Somebody, I just timed you out. Now it was nice. One of y'all banned y'all because you've been in here talking stuff the whole time, so I completely hit you from the channel. I don't know who you are. You keep texting in all capital letters. I feel like you have a mental illness when you do that. Please quit doing that in my chat. I don't know who you call in faggot or whoever, but for the person that I said that to says, why are you getting upset? Let me get in on this video call. I'm not asking for anything for free. Why would I let your dumbass come up here when I have a guest and we're speaking? Y'all
let him up. Let him up.
No, because they come on people's platforms and they want all of this damn attention. Me and you are having a conversation and he want to come on here and challenge some of what you said. The reason why am I upset? Because as someone that does shit like run the Black agenda and I know what it costs to do stuff, every time we try to create something to benefit the community, a nigga always want to ask you, why are you charging for something? Like he just heard you say all of the stuff that you said and he want to know why I'm upset. First of all, I'm not upset. This is how Michi talks all the time. So here you go on my channel trying to then dictate to me how I feel. What I think is that your question was a very ignorant one to say, well, why you got to pay $25 a month to be a part of something? Because maybe all of the stuff that he just said, like the meetings you got to get on and everything, it costs him something to have those systems. So again, I think it's a very ignorant question. And I'm not sure why the brother need to come up. And if you want me to let him up, I will, but if I drop this link, we're going to get ignorant people on here, General, and we're not going to stick to the focus of what it is. There are a lot of people that come over here and they don't have a platform and they just want to be heard. So they run their mouth in the comment section so that they can try and get the attention, because if they go over to their channel, 2.5 people going to be watching and they're not going to get any attention. So they try and come over here and get that attention. And I really feel like he don't have nothing to offer to the conversation. So again, I said what I said, and I just don't understand why as soon as you start to bring up what people got to pay to be a part of this, everybody acts like, oh, is this a business or is this why you got to pay? And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not understanding why that's always somebody's reaction. Why don't you understand why it costs something to be a part of anything? Your ass go to church and you give up a tithe for a white man you never see that's a ghost, but you give up money to pay the bills in his house, but he provide everything for everybody else. Like,
well,
I just don't understand that question. And if you've been over here long enough, you know the one thing that irritates me to my soul is stupidity. I don't like people that ask stuff without thinking before you open your mouth. So he the last person I would like to click and have him come up here right now, because I just feel like then he's going to come up here and try and prove a point and want to argue and want to tell me about I shouldn't be upset. I just don't understand why that was the first question that came out of his mouth. You were actually in the middle of explaining what comes along with why you're paying. You just explained why you pay this amount because this is what you're getting for it, and he still want to know why you got to pay. And somebody else told me, Michi, stop getting upset. I timed you out. Stop coming over to my chat, because if you say something stupid like that again, I'm going to just block you and you won't be able to talk no more. Quit coming over here telling me how to react or how to act in my house. This is my channel. I hate when y'all come over here and try and tell some, Michi, calm down. Tell your mama to calm down and get the fuck out of my chat, okay? I don't have patience for the stupidity. This man have a little bit more patience than me, but I promise you, long as I've seen him, he don't like stupidity either. Take that shit somewhere else. And Michi, calm down. Shut up. I'll turn up on all you dumbass niggas in the chat. Anyway, I'm sorry. We're gonna go back to being professional. The interview.
We're always gonna have an agent in the room. Okay, we're always gonna have agents are everywhere. They can't help but to expose themselves. All I want somebody to do is don't tell me nothing. Show me what you've done. Show me what you've done for other people. If you can't show, shut the fuck up. Simple as that. I don't have to talk about nothing. Just do a little bit of homework and research. You know, so other than that, we can keep it moving.
So next, I would like to next talk about all the books you done written, because you just put out 2 new books, and so as well as educating the adults. You got something for the babies now, right? To educate
Yeah.
them too. I have several books. I just want to share about it. I do got my Malachian Bible. Shout out to the Bible. I love that book because it does have a whole lot of things that make sense that I live by, and going closer to. The more you go within, you get to God. But we have Superior Law of Contracts, right? This is a good book. I've not finished it all. Trustology. This gives you every trust that you did not know existed and the ones you thought you knew existed. I also have the Court Order, Power of Appointment. And this book is, I'll let you explain it more to them. But what is in this book? And then we're going to actually pull up the Amazon page, because this is just the books I got. There's way more than this. So explain it and what's in this book, the Court Order, Power of Appointment.
Yeah, so the court order power of appointment is so every book that you mentioned and showed, I don't do a lot of things that's not essentials in some type of a degree. So it's like this book was meant to be a tool of defense in the court of law with court battles. So this shows people how to deal with the court and how to position themselves, and to classify their legal standing in relation to court and the legalese, the fictitious name or the government name. So it has a lot of different motions in it. It has examples. It has scenarios. It also has real life stories. So I think the real life stories was important for people to understand especially what not to do when operating out here, especially when involving themselves with legal things in relation to the government name, especially the people that are trying to access TDA accounts and cash deposit their birth certificate bond and do all and access their Social Security account. That's for all those people that need to be scared straight on the reality of the situation, what they're doing when they mess with those alphabet people money. So it tells a lot of real life stories on people that I know personally, or situations that I've been a witness to personally, people that have been doing things and going to jail, and the reason why they went to jail, and even stories about people that went to jail 2 times for the same offense. Just to give you a quick sneak peek, when people out here that's using some of our Moorish American brothers and sisters that's creating, doing the name changes and doing the L's and the bays, or adding the L's and the bays to their names, and thinking they're correcting this and correcting that, thinking they're private because they added an L or a B to a piece of property that's not theirs. They went to jail for the first name, and then they released them and locked them back up inside of the L Bay. And so it was a married couple that happened to. They locked them up, both parties up 2 times, because technically it's 2 legal persons. So once you go to the government and say, hey master, I want to do a legal name change. Okay, he's gonna give you a new slave. So now you're responsible for 2 different slaves. So now if you did some scheming or scamming shit in relation to both names, now you're subject for penalties and violations and jail time for both names individually. Congratulations.
That's not double jeopardy, because it's 2 different people.
2 different people, legal, and that tells you right there. We're talking about legal persons. A legal person is a trust. That's a legal person. So it goes into a lot of that. What other things about that? It breaks down the KCV trust. I don't want to. I can't. For those that know that word, you guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys want to understand how to assert yourself in court in relation to the KCV trust, this is called the power of appointment. Let me give you just the basic concept of power of appointment. But this book is I can't even give you a short summary. But having the power of appointment is this, for example. Again, we move off assumptions a lot. So when we go to court, we assume that the person sitting in front of us that is judging the matter has the right to be there, because we the people or whoever appointed them to be judged. They got voted in, right? Which a certain aspect of that is actually true, but there's another aspect that's based upon assumption. When it relates to a court case matter, it's a couple things that we got to understand. First of all, court has to get jurisdiction first. The court can't get jurisdiction without a verbal contract. And in order to have a contract in contract law, which is the superior laws of contracts, there has to be an offer, there has to be consideration, and there has to be acceptance. So the first offer is when you go to court and they ask you, hey, this is John Jones, case number blah 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 169, and you stand up and you acknowledge. So that's acknowledgement. Are you John Jones? And you say yes. Guess what? The court now has jurisdiction. That was a verbal offer, had consideration, acknowledgement, and now acceptance. Now the court may proceed. That's why the court cannot proceed until the person acknowledges the fact and agrees that they are that legal person. That legal person, that name is in relation to the trust, not you, until the flesh and blood woman accepts and agrees that they are that legal person. So now they move forward. Again, we assume that that person is acting judge until appointed in that position per instance, meaning that just like they needed to establish contract at that court hearing, it's like you have to appoint the judge as trustee of that particular trust. Meaning that they ask you, who are you? I'm John Jones, of the administrator of the John Jones Trust, or whatever you want to call it, executor, and I now appoint you. Now I told you who I am. Now I give my orders. Now I want to appoint you as trustee, and the court and the clerk as trustees over the trust of this matter, and I give you power to dissolve. You have to appoint them to make them responsible, because if you're the trustee, now you're the responsible party. Just like when you're creating a corporation, you're the trustee, now you're the responsible party. If anything, you are the beneficiary of the trust, but you're going to be assumed to be the trustee until you appoint them as trustee. So that's what we break down as far as the power of appointment and trustee. Like, you literally can appoint the judge, trustee, the clerk, trustee, the DA, the state's attorney as the administrator, and walk out the courtroom. So I have different real life scenarios where we use this and how it's been effective. So that's the power of appointment. You guys got to get that.
I'm gonna put the link to the Amazon page in there. So talk to me about trustology and the superior law of contracts.
Trustology, pretty much. I wanted to give a simple book that kind of breaks down, gives people a list of all of the trusts that are available for the most part. There's literally over 30 different trusts listed in this book. And I wanted to do that so people can be aware that there's trust for damn near anything you could think of. Funding trust, revocable trust, irrevocable trust, business trust, charitable trust, unincorporated organizations, private faith-based organizations, private foundations. You have trust for banking, trust for asset protection, trust securities. You got all these different types of trusts, tribal trusts. You have gun trusts, you have foreign trusts, you have living trusts, bypass trusts. It's like all these different trusts. So I think if we have had a better understanding of the types of trusts that were available, then we would better be able to dissect what type of trust we need for every case situation, instead of thinking like one trust fits all, like it's one shoe fits all. Another thing I wanted to bring into this trust is just the basic understanding of importance of trust in estate planning, and also how trust relates to different things such as marriage, trust in relationships, trust in business. We go over trust in relation to life insurance policies, how to operate, like duties as a trustee, duties and responsibilities as the beneficiaries. We go into quite a few things. Trust in relation to blockchain technology, because that's a whole nother aspect of trust and securities transactions. Land trust, you see what I mean? So anytime we're acquiring something, it should be in the aspect of a trust. So if you're purchasing a vehicle, it should be inside of your vehicle trust. If you're purchasing land or property, it should be in your land trust. If you're purchasing firearms, it should be in a gun trust. The point of it is that you are supposed to own nothing and control everything. The trust is supposed to be the owner of said property and assets. We are supposed to do two things: create and control. That's our duty and our job here. With ownership, the concept of ownership is a lie as far as how they taught us. With ownership, see, we become proud to own shit. I own X, Y, Z. I own this. Or how much stuff you got in your name, whatever. The rich people, the wealthy people don't brag about having stuff in their name. Are you crazy? That'll be, you know what I'm saying? So it's all with ownership comes liability. So we remember that can help us remember how important it is not to own but to control, create and control. With ownership comes liability. Who's the owner? So that's going to be the liable party. So if we start thinking of it like that, and superior laws of contracts, again, contract law. So contract law is one of our main areas of study when it comes to law, outside of trust law. So everything that we think of is a contract. Every time you download an app on your phone, it's a contract. You got physical contracts, you got verbal contracts, you have assumed agreements, all these different things. Damn near every issue that we have here in the United States and wherever else is relates to some type of contract. Any type of legal issue you have is in relation to some type of contract. So when and where did you give them the right to, or when and where did you waive your right to? That's where it boils down to at the end of the day. And even has relationship contracts. Even though I know we don't believe in that until we get married to the wrong motherfuckers. But anyway.
You be talking about that all the time, a relationship contract.
You gotta have them.
General said, if you want to be with me, I don't give you no ring. He said, I give you a contract, girl. Sign this and deal with me. We can be together.
I mean, even for basic relationships, it ain't got to be marriage, you know.
I know. He's not even talking about marriage. Oh, you think you're gonna be my girl? Oh, okay, hold on. I got this contract for you. Read this, sign all the pieces of
Yeah, but marriage contract, man, so much stuff in relation to marriage. We can give ourselves more power in a marriage if we create and control our own agreements. You know, because all you're doing when you get married is getting married to the state and making them a beneficiary of your marriage. Literally, you know, and nobody knows the terms and conditions of the marriage. Y'all just happy in love. Don't even know the terms and conditions. You know, you can't go back to Article 6, like, no, baby, you violating. It says right there on Section 6 on page 32. You know, you see what I mean? So, but no, even outside of it's like having that much power and control over your relationship and your marriage, where you have your power of attorney, I have my power of attorney over you, you have power of attorney over me, we have our health directives for each other, we have our will in place, we have both our private vehicles and our public vehicles intact, both of our states aligned, you know, collectively and individually, depending on how the family structure is, depending on what's the beneficiaries, the situation, just our own personal strategic structure to align and protect, you know, the wealth of our generation.
Well, I was listening to you, but of course I'm in the tribe. I hear this wonderful stuff all the time. But just so everybody knows, and shout out to Deechley, she put will you mute your mic for a minute, General? Okay. She put the link to the page to the tribe in there. Over on MX Network, you guys, I have put the link to the tribe. I put the link in there, but there's also the link to the Amazon page, you guys, so that you can go and see all the books that he has on that one page. I'm going to pull that up now because there's some other books I want him to talk about. Them books he just showed, he been wrote all of those. He got some new ones, and so we want to talk about those. Over on YouTube, it should be pinned. The link for the Amazon page should be pinned at the top of the chat for you guys on YouTube. Again, I did put both of those links and the link to the tribe, you guys, on MX Network. Again, remember, whatever you fill out, somebody's going to contact you first. You can't just like go over there and sign up, but you do what you got to do. Even if you text the number, you guys, you can also do it that way if you want to text. join to the number that you see on the screen right here. And then shout out to somebody who did it over here. Somebody put it in the chat already. One of the shout out to Deech Lynn. So Deech actually put the link in there for you guys straight to the website too. So whether you text or you click that link, that will take you to the tribe. I did have Trade Capital up pinned at the top, but I've replaced it now with the one for the Amazon books. And if you're interested in the Trade Capital, of course, you can always get that information when somebody speaks with you about the tribe. So I'm gonna pull this up so we can look at your the page with all your books on it, General, and then we'll go from there. Let me see. Okay, so I think, yep, everybody can see that. So we got your newest book, so I'll leave it there. We got Attention Vampires, Defend Your Mind, Protect Your Energy, and Reclaim Your Life. Now, I have to tell you that I'm loving this book already because we've been going over this in one of our weekly groups that we do, and you've been breaking down some scenarios and stuff. So I've been enjoying that part of the meeting. But you can go ahead and let's talk about this one, and then we'll go to the next one for the babies.
Yeah, Attention Vampires. I'm trying to prioritize my book releases, and I had one that's been getting pushed back and forth, but I had to get you remember like the last quarter of last year or whatever, it was kind of rough. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was a lot of energy changing, a lot of shit going on cosmically and stuff like that, which I think affected most of us, especially those of us that's tapped in and that's always fighting to evolve, with self. So, the funny thing about it is I think people on the outside think that, we be exempt from these things. No, it's like we there's always something trying to go against, trying to fight and trying to attack us on higher levels especially when we're trying to reach higher levels, So, but we just got to equip ourselves with the things that we need to be equipped with to be able to defend, fight and survive these things and pop out like ain't shit happen. And, so I just wanted to kind of share, one of the things that I personally had to utilize in order to survive, my previous battle and even one I'm going through right now. You know what I'm saying? So this Attention Vampires really breaks down a lot of the perspectives in relation to, first of all, an attention vampire is anything that's looking for your attention, that's trying to absorb and hijack your focus, your time, focus, and energy. All right, so that could be anything or system or something made by man or other entities for that. So I'm just gonna run down the chapter. I think that's the easy way. Run through the chapter breakdowns, and then you guys can get to some of that just off of that. So chapter 1 is irreplaceable currencies. So your time, energy, and attention are currencies that cannot be replaced. So that's your most precious assets, your time, energy, and attention. Chapter 2 is the attention economy. So this is how the world steals your focus based upon corporation tactics, media, and all this other stuff. Chapter 3 is attention as power, shaping reality and focus. So understanding the amplifying power of focus on how directing your attention can shape your thoughts, emotions, and reality. Chapter 4 is how to guard your mind, create mental boundaries for clarity and peace. Chapter 5 is attention and decision making to preserve your mental energy. Master decision making to combat fatigue, simplify choices, and focus on what truly matters. Chapter 6 is energy exchange, understanding the spiritual cost of focus. Delve into the spiritual dimensions of energy, the cost of misdirected focus, and how to realign your energy and purpose. Chapter 7 is the observer effect. How focus shapes your reality. Discover how your attention creates your reality, how to harness this power to align your attention and your actions to your intention. Chapter 8 is attention and purpose. So aligning with your life's mission. So only align your focus with your purpose to unlock clarity, fulfillment, and resilience in your life. Chapter 9 is emotional armor, protecting yourself from manipulative energy and energy vampires. Chapter 10 is mindfulness and mastery. So staying present in the present moment in the distractive world. Chapter 11 is practical tactics. So now, outside of that, we go into the meat and potatoes. But before that, we try to equip ourselves with some powerful affirmations. So we have a couple pages with affirmations to empower self, the mind, and the spirit, and then and also has a couple poems, a reflection of autonomy, sovereignty, and strength. And then we go into the actual scenarios. So the scenarios, I wanted to make sure I covered damn near every goddamn thing I could think of. I made sure damn near everybody you could think of has a situation in this book, guaranteed.
Yeah,
So
you did.
scenario one is scenario one, the manipulative. So basically, each scenario, it gives you the scenario and it gives you alternative uh, ways, healthy ways to to deal with the situation. So scenario one is the manipulative attention vampire. So the person that just keeps prying for attention, doing shit to get attention. Scenario two is the guilt tripper at work. Scenario three is the emotional manipulation in an intimate relationship. Scenario four is the manipulative behavior in a casual sex relationship. Scenario five is the casual partner demanding exclusivity. Scenario six is the casual partner weaponizing vulnerability. Scenario seven is the parent as an attention vampire. Scenario nine is the parent who uses crisis as a mechanism. And also manipulative partner who changes after pregnancy. Scenario 10 is the manipulative cousin or sibling. Scenario, you see what I mean? So all these different scenarios that we go through, it's a bunch. It's about, we did about 33 different scenarios. And then again, we go through the how-tos, and then at the back of the book, we have resources that you guys can utilize if you guys are in a fucked up situation. Because when you're in a situation with a particular things and people like fuck up your energy, it can fuck up your life. You know what I'm saying? And I've been in some fucked up energy situations where it could have been like, it could have stopped everything I'm doing. You see what I mean? So I think this book is very important because there's a lot of bullshit going out here in the world in general. Just, a lot of people are suffering from mental disorders. A lot of people have what do you call it? Parasites attacks. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy. So we got to be equipped. So in the back, we have an immediate crisis resource list. So we have the National Suicide Prevention. We have the Crisis Text Hotline, Samaritans, the Love is Respect Hotline. We have the National Domestic Violence, all these different things. Like, this is a very important book. Very, very important book. Like we be going through a lot behind the scenes, especially us out here fighting on the front line. And it's almost like if you one of the people that's always trying to fix shit for other people, you know what I'm saying? But it'd be like, damn, who the fuck gonna help? You know what I'm saying? Like, but you also the only one fixing your own shit. So it's like that can put a mental and spiritual tear on the person, especially in this human form. You see what I mean? So we have to have tools available and around and human resources that we can go to, and as positive, healthy outlets to be able to regroup, refocus, recharge, and get back on our thrones. Highly recommend this book.
We've been actually going over that book in our Wednesday class. I appreciate it. Wednesday is our spiritual group or our meditation, and we've been going in there. We've been actually going into some of these scenarios. It's been quite interesting. Again, you also break down to everybody how to kind of deal with those scenarios, right? You give a solution. How do you respond to somebody doing that? What do you say?
Yeah.
And so that's been quite interesting. We've been going over that on Wednesdays, you guys, just so y'all have a little, understanding of kind of what we do when we have our meetings in our tribe. And what we've been going through on Wednesday since he wrote this. So, and I've been enjoying it. I think that it's a really great book. So let's go to the next book, Mr. Let me see. So we're gonna come down here. You got the book, and people was asking, here go to other books. They were saying, where were the books about laws of contract? So Superior Laws of Contract. You got Trustology, you guys. Here go to Malachian Bible. Here goes some other stuff that he has written. There go the court order book right there. Capital Stress. This is something he wrote in 2019. This man been creating stuff, I think, since he was born. Probably created some stuff for he got on this live, and he probably gonna get off and create some more stuff for the sun come up. That's just what General does. But let's go right here because you wrote something for the babies. So talk to me about these books right here.
Yeah, so let's highlight the one Treasury Map.
Yes.
So both of those are part of the new kids series. So Treasury Map is the first book of the Legacy Child series. So that's my new series, strictly for the youth. And when I get these other books out of my system in general, I'm really focusing in on the kids. You know what I'm saying, the next generation, because honestly, I'm tired of trying to teach adult shit. But anyway, but even outside of that, they are the most important to be educating and teaching. You see what I mean? Because with the adult mind, you don't have to reprogram, right? With a child's mind, all you doing is programming. You know what I'm saying? Educating. So it's a lot easier anyway. It's a lot more effective and beneficial for us all. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easier. So I don't know why it took me so long to kind of like for it to really click. But anyway, that's what I'm on. So Legacy Child this is the first book of the Legacy Child series. And this book is made to be a fun book, of course, but to also teach children the importance about legacy, about wealth generation, wealth creation, and certain aspects about trust and estate planning. You know, so this book is actually, the main characters in this book is actually my youngest son and my youngest daughter, Cadence and Malachi. So the story is about them, you know, getting finding the treasure chest, you know, left by my grandfather that has a treasury map. Now the map is actually a will. So the will, but of course in the book is more, it's a map, but the map is a will. So remember, a will is somebody's final testament. You know what I'm saying? Their final will, their final testament, you know, is leaving the instructions, the blueprints, the guidelines, the stipulations, you know, of how to, when to, and things like that. So I just put it in a nice, fun type of way so the kids can digest and stuff like that. But like I said, that was just the first of many. So the actual series is going to have a particular unique writing concept that I'm proud of. It's basically, it's called a control your own adventure, or choose your own adventure, where the children will have a right to make decisions inside the book instead of just reading the book straight through. Basically, when I was younger, I had problems. I didn't like reading. You know what I'm saying? So even I listen to some books all day today, even too. So, but back then it's like there's only one particular books I like reading, and it was the ones where I felt like I was a part of the book. So I remember that I'm like, damn, there's not a lot of these books out here, and I wanted to do this to encourage a lot of kids out here that don't like reading because they're detached from the book, and I have a writing method that will, you know, anybody, whether young or old, that will really bring them into the book to amplify their their experience, to make them actually love the aspect of reading. So now the child gets the option to make a choice, and depending on the choice that they make determines the outcome in the book. You see what I mean? So now this teaches them cause and effect, how to make proper decisions, critical thinking. You see what I mean? And every book in the Legacy series is going to be some type of education. So mainly I want to educate on financial literacy, business credit, personal credit, metaverse, cryptocurrency, any aspect of a lot of these different things that are not really taught in the traditional school system, let alone inside of the new curriculum, in relation to the new world that's being created right now. See, a lot of the information and the curriculum inside of society right now is not even equipped for where the world is going. You see what I mean? And so certifications are going to become more valuable, you know, and the certifications are going to be able to be received from private organizations such as ourselves. So even on the University of Malachi, when you take certain courses, you will get a certification for it, you know. So these things are going to have greater value, just like Google's promoting its certification services. So you got to see things before it happens. So I see that your traditional just PhDs and diplomas and things like that, they're cool, but how beneficial and effective are they are they going to be within the next 5 to 10 years when everything changes over? You see what I mean? So a lot of these different areas, the government is still trying to figure out, because so they can't implement anything into a curriculum that they're still troubleshooting. You see what I mean? So it's just I'm all about first in line, first in time. I don't wait for something to happen. It's like if I see, especially if you done been there before, I done seen things happen and I've known like, yo, this is coming next. This is coming next. And I just sit there, you know. And matter of fact, Michi, I don't know if you remember we did the last uh on a tour. And remember I was talking about, I think they're gonna start pushing motherfuckers to Mexico.
Yeah.
And what they doing? Remember I said that? And remember I was talking about Canada.
Yep.
It's like, and I said, I don't know. I can't, I'm not, I don't, this is just a theory. I just feel like I just found that video again. It was like, wow. And it hit me. I'm like, wow. All this is like, I just be seeing certain, I watch the game like, just like a chessboard. And I be knowing certain things. Like, so a lot of things I do, I know it's not going to have like an immediate, victory or immediate gratification or rewards, because some things I prevent, people might think it's irrelevant because it's not relevant to them right now, this very second, or it's not a need at this very second, but I feel empowered knowing that once it do happen, it's already done.
Just like right now in the tribe, I think that you do that all the time for, those of us that are in the tribe, because even now you guys were talking about the metaverse, right? And even though that's been around for a while, like that's really getting ready to become a big part of what people are doing. And maybe y'all don't see that, maybe y'all don't understand that, but that's the type of stuff he does. He sees what's coming and he feels that it's very important to then prepare the tribe, so that we are ready for what's coming. Because if you wait till something is the thing or it's happening, it's too late. So he wants us to be prepared. So when it gets here, we already know what it is that we're doing. And so he definitely does that. He's always trying to keep us 5 steps ahead of where we are now, looking at what's coming down the road. I can definitely attest to that.
Yeah, very important. That's our job. You see what I mean? It's like, and we need all hands on deck now because it's so much going on in the game right now. So it's like we really got to sit back and really I think any organization, especially private nations and tribal organizations, if they're not having their board meetings and really solidifying like, okay, what position are we in, what position do we need to get in based upon all of the new things that are going on within said government, because whether we're separate or not, what they're doing, everything that's happening right now still affects us. You see what I mean? Because our people we still have some type of affiliation with that particular nation, whether we like it or not. So it's a lot of work we got to do. So now it's like, so I got a huge homework assignment to really, I have to dissect every new executive order that was just passed and figure out what does this mean? Okay, if Canada becomes the 51st state, what does this mean? Because we just started our charter in Canada.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if they merge it,
you're like, I got to look at these executive orders, and what that's because you're the general. That's what you got to do. What you said, you did. I got to look at these executive orders, and I have to see where this affects us and see what we may need to do to maneuver because things are changing. So absolutely.
Yep. So that's that, and that's the legacy, child. I'm real excited about that. I can't wait to show you guys the writing sequence of how those books are. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, is and like can you imagine like even inside of like the children's book catalogs, it's like there's not a lot of financial literacy. They're not teaching nothing. It's like none of these subjects are are relevant in the general studies. You see what I mean? So it's like we're responsible for making sure they got the right education, and we can't just depend on some institution to provide them or us with the information and knowledge to actually put us and keep us at a point of position of power. That wouldn't even make sense for an oppressor to do.
That's not even their goal. So we know
Nah,
that
never been a goal.
giving us it's meant to keep us behind, So shout out to Ladybug. Ladybug says she just ordered the Attention Vampires book. So she said thank you to you, General. And so she just got her book. Shout out to her. Anybody else over there? I just want to remind everybody again quickly. At the top of the YouTube chat, there is a link that is pinned. That is the link to the Amazon page with all of the books that we have discussed and other ones he ain't talked about because he always writing a book. So there's plenty more over there, you guys. If you are interested in the tribe, you can text the word join to that number that's on the screen. If you would prefer to go to the website, there is a link in the description of the YouTube video that you guys can click. And whether you text the join or you click the link before, you can't just go sign up and join. Somebody will call you and contact you. So you will be getting contacted back sometime tomorrow and receive something from them. In that vein, because you got to talk to a person, which I always think is a good thing, right? You want to talk to somebody so that you can understand. If you have any questions, they can answer questions for you. If you are over on MX Network, you guys, if you scroll back down the chat, I have given you guys the link to the actual site to join the tribe. I also gave you guys as well in the chat the link for the Amazon page with all of the books. Let me ask you, General, in closing out, we've been in here 2 hours. And I think you covered a lot. I'm sure even in that, there's like a million things we probably didn't discuss. You do so much. I know there's something I ain't even covered, but that's okay. We can always have you come back again. But with that said, I would just ask you, what would you leave with the audience tonight when it comes to, because when I see you building your legacy, that is something that is important to you. Being a leader, because you are a leader. If I've never told you, I'm gonna tell you, I think you're a great leader. And so the leader that you are, the legacy that you are leaving, all of the people that you help, even when it comes to your books or even our Bible that we have, right? In our meetings we have, I think one big common thing is that you are real big on being self-sufficient, getting up and thriving no matter what. So when people going through things, there's a lot going on right now in our country. People are dealing with a lot of different things. And I'm not talking about the immigrants being deported. I'm not talking about them. We're talking about what they're going through. But there's so much going on. What word would you just leave with the audience as far as how you kind of maintain this thriving power that you have for yourself as well as everybody around you? What type of advice would you give for somebody to walk in the strength that you have found within yourself and all that you go through, but still all that you do for everybody else?
Just gotta maintain that razor sharp focus. Like I say, that everything, all these things are just tools and resources and devices to allow me to be able to self sharpen myself. I self obligate myself to things that I know is going to, you know, benefit me as far as maintaining the longevity of my mind state and my mental health and my spiritual health, to be able to, deal with the day-to-days and still push through and still be motivated, and to have that potent word, that potent I word, inspiration. See, what I tell people is that a thought is the first seed to activate inspiration, but there's a deadline in which you need to respond and to act. And if you don't, so I recommend responding immediately, even on a thought, because you can have a thought that hits you, that hits you like a $1 billion idea 1 second, and then another split second you completely forget it, like, oh shit, what was that thought? Damn it. That's how potent, that's how powerful and potent that is. And as soon as it comes from from the galactics, it can fall in and fall right out your head. So that means you have to hurry up and manifest it. So easy way to manifest something real quick into the physical world is by writing it down, right? Just off the action of writing that down on a piece of paper, you now start the first stage of manifestation, and now everything else is managing your inspiration fuel. It starts off on a full tank. Sometimes inspiration can be so high, you can be so motivated. Something happened today, completely throw you off course, and you don't get back to it for another year, 2 years, or never get back to it at all. It should be another dead dream, and that should be a sin. So I never want to live with those type of regrets. So I try to act out. So I got to push myself through things. You know what I'm saying? So I do a lot of mind exercises or mind stimulating things to trigger me, to force me to do things. But another thing is that if I start something, I'll stay up all day until it get done. That's the only way I can produce at the level I produce, because I don't know what tomorrow. I might have a calendar or something on the schedule to do for tomorrow or the next day, but the reality of it is that I don't know what's gonna fall on my schedule that I ain't had planned. That wasn't planned for me to do. You see what I mean? I don't know what problem I'm gonna have to deal with tomorrow, or whose problem I'm gonna have to deal with, because usually it ain't mine. So I don't know whose problem I have to deal with the next day. So as long right now I have today, right now, this time in this space to do everything I can do while I'm still awake and conscious. And most of the time, we can accomplish a lot more than we think we can in 24 hours. I could do a lot of damage in 24 hours. So sometimes you take that 24 hours and maximize that every second and every minute, right? You'll fall so deep into that particular thing, you have to finish now. You see what I mean? Or it's a lot easier for you to finish, or you need to put in enough so that you can come back to it and finish it up later. So I make sure I do enough. Sometimes when I first started writing books, I'll design the cover first. So designing the cover gives me a manifested vision of the end result to that accomplishment, right? So as long as I see it, you see what I mean? I'm gonna finish it. And sometimes you got to see it in order to believe. So it already exists. It's up to me just to finish the middle. You see what I mean? I got to go to front, here go to back. I got to get it done. I got to get it done. I got to get it done, and that's it. That's all I do.
So you move on, you manifest on things when they come to you. You don't sit on it. I think a lot of us sit around dreaming and wishing what could happen. And that is right. It's work. Anything you want in life, you do have to work towards it. A better mindset, a better life, a better bank account. That is definitely true. You have to work towards it, and you are always working. I wonder when you ever sleep. Honestly, I mean that. Like, I'm not even. I usually crack a smile. I'm not even finna laugh because I'm dead serious. I wonder, when do you ever sleep? Because you literally be up talking about I'm about to go to bed, but it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and you've been up since the night before.
But that's the reason why, because it looks like I'm very productive, right? I probably am, but if you ask me, to be honest with myself, I could be a lot more productive and produce 10 times more, and it might be a bit above normal, but I know myself, because I'm still, but this is me still fighting against all this other stuff. And so to the point where I might be fighting anxiety and all types. So I'll sit in front of the computer screen sometimes for hours and not really even accomplish nothing. I'm like, what the hell have I been doing? You see what I mean? And I might not tap in until about 3 o'clock in the morning. I might actually get really in the mud to the point where I'm not really thinking about the work. I'm just doing now. I'm creating. Once I get into creator mode, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? So everybody who knows creator mode, creator mode doesn't feel like work. Once you tap into creator mode, you flowing. So that means, and you can't jump out. So you got to get as much done as possible. Yeah. You see what I mean? So if I don't get done at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, now the perception is that I don't sleep. This is the thing. I sleep just as much as I work. So I might be asleep for 10 hours. I didn't get up today to 3 o'clock. You see what I mean? So I'm gonna catch it, and I have to too. And I researched this too. It's like, I'm like, it's like, damn, because you can have your mind is a muscle, and I put a lot of pressure, mental pressure on myself to really be able to push through and fight, because you got to be in the mood to do certain shit. You see what I mean? And so I have to, because I put so much stress on myself mentally and spiritually. I have to make sure I get all my sleep. So if I slept 8 hours and I still feel like I need to lay my ass down for a couple more, I'm gonna lay my ass down for a couple more. If I feel like I just need to go into a vampire state and go into a day coma, I'm gonna do that, because I need to recoup and recharge that mental energy, and that keeps my mental fortitude, because you can't be mentally exhausted and produce certain things, or attract inspiration and go into true creator mode. You see what I mean? So, but I always make sure it's okay. Balance is everything. So I have to find ways to easily, conveniently create balance, because I would just get up and just I had to stop that. Getting right up and getting right, going right, open up my phone and checking emails and doing this. I need that 1 hour to just be, just exist and be me and self and my own thoughts. Let me collect my thoughts first, and do not let any of the outside world invade my space. You know what I'm saying? So the world is space invaders. The world is filled with space invaders. You see what I mean? Where we feel obligated to have to respond at the second that it comes, the second the email comes, the second the text, the second
Not
no,
me.
we have to. You see what I mean? I had to learn that though. You see what I mean? But I had to
I
do
thought that was a
things.
bad thing at first. I feel like maybe people thought I was ignoring them too much, but that's my piece. Like I respond when I get ready, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I,
And people take that personally.
I need my space. I need my space, and I need my me time to myself. And I don't let anything invade that. Not even my mama. Yeah.
You got to. You
So,
have
yeah.
you have to. You have to remove that emotional attachment. So right now, this has been one of the most challenging parts of my life recently. It's so much. It's like all or nothing right now. So much at stake now. You see what I mean? It's so much to do. You know what I'm saying? Every year we got to do something bigger and better. It just, it's all that pressure. You see what I mean? So what? Okay, so now what am I doing new now to be inspired? Okay, I picked up two new hobbies. I'm a sim racer now, and I built a dojo in my basement.
I be seeing your videos down there getting your fighting on.
Yeah. So the sim racing, now I'm in the game space, but that's not like that. It's the difference between playing games and like gaming, being like sim racing. It's like that's like a real serious thing. I didn't know it was serious until I jumped in it and spent all this time and money. I'm like, damn, I'm in it now. So I'm actually learning how to. I didn't know how to drive a stick shift, so I'm learning. What the point of me doing it's not just to distract myself with mastering certain types of games. It allows your mind to experience a certain types of movement at certain periods of speed at certain
Simulator for your brain.
seconds of light. So that actually is helping me sharpen my focus and strengthen my eyes, strengthen my reaction speed and all that. So all this stuff has like a dual purpose to it. You see what I mean? It's not just now on the outside looking in, oh, the niggas just playing video games. No, it's a science to it. Because I remember actually my mental fortitude came and originated from being a kid that was playing those story games and always cracking codes. I'm doing the same shit except with this. I'm
Yeah.
doing the same shit. So sometimes we got to go back into history onto our childhood strengths and our childhood imagination. You know, like that shit is included. So I include all that shit. I go back. Shit.
Well,
Sometimes I
I'm
utilize my
glad you
kids.
reaching into that stuff. That going back, remember that balance
Yeah.
and doing things you enjoy. So I'm glad to hear that you're actually doing that, right?
What gave you that?
Yeah.
What in the back before all this shit? What you know what I'm saying? What was you naturally attracted to? What really stimulated your mind? What really got what did you spend time
Children are
focusing
the
on?
biggest dreamers. Our
Yeah.
imagination is stolen from us. And remember when kids are kids, they talk about what they want to be and they got these enormous dreams. Oh, I'm going to be an astronaut. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. And then as you get older, you just be like, oh, I just want to make ends meet. We lose all of that ambition But the truth is, even when you become an adult, if you still believe that you can be whatever you want to be and do whatever you want to do, that is still just as true as when you were a kid. You just don't believe it as much.
That's
And
what,
so
exactly.
you are absolutely right. You know, we
That's
have to
what it is.
get back to that. And I think one of the biggest things I heard you say is going within self. And so that I think that for a lot of us that are leaders and we are creating things for people, being by yourself sometimes means a lot. You know, ultimately, I don't mind some people's opinions, but when it comes to what I need to do for me in my life, me and self gonna figure that out, and we're gonna have the ultimate deciding factor of what we do. So I just go to self first. I don't really care for people's opinion. Some people need that. I don't. It actually hinders me. If you leave me alone, I'm gonna just figure this out. You know, that's that inner strength though that says I'm not gonna be defeated. And I always tell people, I don't care what come and go in my life, but the one thing I'm never going to do is lay down and die. I'm going to die when I'm dead. I don't give a damn what come against me. I'm going to keep pushing forward no matter what. So, you know, I hear a lot of that in what you're saying too. And so I do want to, somebody asked a question. I want to give Kimbrella Studios a shout out. She sent a super chat and she said she just purchased 2 of the books. So shout out to her over here on YouTube. And then we have a question from somebody over on MX Network. They said it's kind of off topic, but Mike wants to know, in the picture that's on the screenshot, where did you get that wonderful necklace that you're wearing? Because he would like one. You have an amazing jewelry collection. That's just one of many. He'd have no idea. But he said, where you get it from? So I don't know if it's not a website that he could just give you. I think it's a person, but I can definitely eat. What I will do, you guys, I will send an email to everybody from this live. I would just send out an email to everybody. Like I sent out an email letting you guys know we were going to go live, and I will add all of the links for Amazon just for anybody who missed it. The link for the tribe, General. If you could give me the link for where you got the jewelry for whoever do, because some people might want some of that stuff. And I will make sure that I put all the links to everything in it and just send it out to everybody in an email.
I can. I don't want to mess this stream up. So, but it's one of my brothers from Atlanta, actually. Well, he's in Africa right now, but he still does. His name is Ashay_alchemy on Instagram. You'll see him. He on there doing martial arts, and you'll see my chain on his page or something too.
Okay.
Ashay_.
Send me the link. Send me the link to his Instagram page, and I will add that as well as your Instagram page. I will add that. You don't got to give me that. I have that, but I will add that to the list of things. People ask where could they follow you. He does have a YouTube channel, but you don't be active on your channel, General. But I'm not mad at you because you be doing a million things. You know, YouTube take time. You don't have time, but you are more active on Instagram. So
they shadow banned me since 2005.
Yeah, they don't be giving you no views over there. So if you want to kind of keep up with more what he's doing other than joining the tribe, I would say the best place to catch him would be on his Instagram. So you can tell everybody what the Instagram is if you want to, but I will add it to the email that I send everybody.
Yeah, it's the Hail Lord Razor, HAILLORD.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna go get it before we get out of here. I'm gonna just go ahead and get it while I'm on my phone, and I will pin it for everybody. And that's where you're gonna catch him at more on Instagram. He get active on there. He got threads. I ain't got threads yet. I'm not gonna get it. You saying I ain't even been on on Instagram.
Yeah, it's
like some months. I ain't even paying. Okay, so I posted it over on MX Network. Everybody, there goes his Instagram. Let me come on back over here for YouTube. For everybody who's asking, this is the General's Instagram. If anybody wants to follow him there. Shout out to everybody that went and got your books. I'm sure you would thoroughly enjoy them. General puts in some work, and he creates very everything he creates is really great. All of his books, for the ones I've been able to read, have been really good. And I will be getting the book that you created for my son, for him to have something to read as well, so he can read the book, the legacy book. He gets upset with me because he's like, Mama, you in the tribe and I'm in the tribe, so we got to talk, because David's been getting on me. And so he heard you had this new book because he be hearing my meetings and stuff, and he's like, it's book for kids, can I have the book? So David want to be down, so we got to get David down.
We got to get them right. Yeah, shout out to everybody just got the books. Definitely leave your honest reviews and stuff like that. And outside of that, for those that's interested in again, we are a faith-based organization, so we do have official tribal retreats and stuff like that, where we do spiritual spiritual retreats such as with sacred medicines, with ayahuasca, DMT, and things of that nature. So we'll be having those sometime around the month of, I think, between March and April.
Okay, my birthday month, I'm there already. Even though you ain't planned it yet, I'm there.
Yep, that's mandatory, y'all. So spiritual status correction is the number one status correction we need to be focused on.
All right. Well, thank you, General. This has been a really great show. I think, according to the audience, they think the same thing. They are appreciative of all of the information that you have given them. And so I'm sure that we will have a lot of people inquiring. Hopefully, I see some of y'all, not just in the chat. Maybe I see you in the tribal meeting on Mondays.
Yes. Thanks a lot, Queen. Thanks for having me once again. And like I said, if anybody that comes through through your channel, through your feeds, you already know we already gonna have open arms, but we take extra good care of of anybody to come from your side and your people. So definitely I look forward to seeing you guys and have you guys in the tribe.
Well, thank you so much. All right, everybody. Well, General, you have a good night. I will end out this show, give people some information, and I'm going to call it a night. So you come back whenever you want. The platform is always open for you anytime you want to come up here.
All right, Queen. Thank you. Good night.
All right. Good night, General.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody, we're going to get out of here. I just wanted to remind everybody, like the video, share the video, subscribe if you have not, hit the notification bell. If you've been watching this show and you're on YouTube and you did not want to watch whatever commercials came up, know that the link to MX Network is in the description of the YouTube video. You can come over and get your free subscription to watch all the lives. Tomorrow, we have our call-in show. So any of y'all can call in. We're going to talk about all the things that have been going on this week. It's been a lot, from plane crashes to, the DEI, to the freeze with the government, to all kind of stuff. Okay. Apparently they thought Trump was rude because he said he wasn't go, what you want to do, go swim in the water. I don't know if y'all saw it. He is acknowledging, he gave a statement for Black History Month and Juneteenth, because while he was putting halts on other stuff like Pride Month, like he ain't playing. He done took y'all Pride Month from y'all, okay? But he said Black history get to say he thinks Black folks have gave us some amazing, accomplishments and added to this country in a great way. And of course, he wants to honor that in Juneteenth stays. So this is what he said. But we got a lot to talk about, y'all. So tomorrow will be the call-in show. I will see everybody at 10 o'clock. And we'll be there maybe till the sun comes up. We have all the other time. So I'm there until you guys are done or until I'm delirious and I can't talk no more. But I enjoy our Saturdays. So I will see you guys on the call-in show. For anybody that's over on MX Network, you guys do not forget that. And of course, you're going to get emails and reminders and everything. But Sunday, we will actually have the first episode of Unjust. So I'm excited about that. Everybody with a paid subscription, you guys get to watch it this Sunday. Everybody with the free one, you will be able to access it next Sunday when the second episode is being played. That will be for the paid subscribers. All right. So with that said, y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for showing my general some love and not acting up too much in the chat. Okay. When we have company, how your parents tell y'all got to act like y'all got some sense. And y'all acting with some sense tonight. So thank you. Usually I'm the one up here because people like I ain't got no sense. So y'all did good. Y'all did good while the company was here. Okay. Now we can start acting up again tomorrow. We ain't no company here. Y'all have a good night. I love y'all. I will send out the email to everybody and I will see you all tomorrow. Have an amazing night, everybody.